So yeah,
So now, obviously, from a security guard, you jump into healthcare assistant jobs. And can you describe your daily routine as a healthcare assistant in a forensic unit? How did it feel like from a security to a healthcare assistant? So it's a kind of a different job because you're going to have a more contact with the patient. If you know what I mean, it's kind of, you need to literally deal with the family, deal with them like on a daily basis. You know it's gonna be just a call out for support as a security, but you just literally needs to be there dealing with them, giving personal care or stuff like that.
Yeah. So I suppose that side of it was different. In a lot of similarities, because they on the forensic wards and on most wards they have like basically what's called a security nurse. So you're the person that hands out the cutlery, or the person that the patients will come to ask for things that are locked away because they can't have them because they're deemed dangerous or whatever, So, and then because I come from security, they would give me the security job. So it was quite similar.
You're multi-skilled, like.
Yeah. But obviously the one difference was we had a lot more interaction with the patients. So you build up a bit more of a rapport with the patients, and you can
build that relationship. Stuff.
And obviously, where before as security, you don't know what people are in for. You don't know what people are in for.
You do not background. You're just literally there to escalate situation.
John starting, Joseph starting, or whatever. That's all you hear. You don't know what's gone on.
You deal with that half an hour bump down.
Of course, but obviously now you're dealing with, you might have to sit in on meetings, or you might have to, go to court cases or whatever. The people might choose to tell you about their life and things like that. So now you've got a whole, you've got all this stuff, new stuff that you've got to take on and obviously process, and you've got to learn how to deal with it and obviously answering back. And, it was a bit of a change. But I sort of half knew, I sort of prepared myself anyway, because as I said, I was a security guard probably for about 2 years. I was going to a lot of emergencies and I was learning and I was talking to people. So I sort of half knew what to expect anyway, but it didn't prepare you really, expecting something and doing something is a totally different thing.
Been dealing with nurses, Porter, ACA,
families,
NHS stuff, so yeah.
Make phone calls to councils or make phone calls to social services, families, all sorts of situations that you've got to deal with.
So is a mental health unit different than a normal ward? Like obviously you have a lot of mental health patients there with mental health issues. Like is something different on a daily routine? You're still doing your observation, like changing and stuff, or
you're still doing your observations. You still do, like, obviously every patient there has to have their obs taken, meds prescribed, their needs met. Some have leave, some don't have leave. So obviously the ones that have leave, you've got to organise leave, and that could be ground leave where they're only permitted to walk the grounds of the hospital, or sometimes they have community leave. So obviously, because a lot of these people, they've got trouble with crowds, they have trouble dealing with people. So you also teach them how to, I suppose, mingle back into society, show them that it ain't so bad walking around the high street going shopping. You're trying to show them it's a normal thing, but because half of them they've lived this life for so long, they don't know no different. So it's it's a bit difficult to sort of, if someone's scared of the outside or scared of big crowd spaces, just dump them in the middle. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be frightening. So your reintroduction, you'd be surprised how many people I've got to teach how to cross a road. They just walk out.
Yeah,
don't look left, don't look right, or nothing. And you're thinking, wow,
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of things for these people. A lot of things. You're basically like, unfortunately, some of them are like children in their thoughts and in their processes. You don't expect adults not to looking crossing a road. But it happens. It's a shame, but hopefully you teach them.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen results, so I know that with a bit of a bit of encouragement and a bit of help, you might not solve the problems, but you can sort of show them that they can deal with situations.